Forgiveness. Forgiveness is often difficult because of the memory of the events that created the hurt. Okay? The memory of the events that created the hurt is capable of putting back a person into a state of emotional struggle. When a person decides that they've had enough of holding on to unforgiveness and they want to forgive and probably move on, forgiveness becomes a decision. It becomes a decision that the person will make to be able to move forward, right? However, when you forgive, it doesn't mean that the memory of the events becomes wiped off. It is a memory of the events that sometimes makes a person to backslide into a place of unforgiveness afresh. You go to a place, you see a person or you see a thing that reminds you of the person and what the person represented in the past, the pain, the hurt that this person represented in the past. It can pull you back into a state of unforgiveness. It can make you reconsider why you even had to go into forgiving this person. All right? So the memory of the events can actually make forgiving a struggle. You may not be able to wipe off the memory, right? And for any particular person who may have hurt you and hurt you significantly, right? The difficulty in forgiving and forgetting can be around the fact that the greater part of the memory you have with this person may be a painful one. That is why when you think of this person, it is easier to associate this person with painful events than it may be to associate this person with blissful or beautiful events. So whenever you think of a person, even though you've forgiven this person, right? If the forgiveness is fresh and if the incidence of hurt was deep enough, when you think of this person, the most predominant emotion that you might feel for this person might be hurt, because the greater part of the memory you have with this person was a hurtful one, right? And this is really for people who really hurt you, especially deeply and for a prolonged part of your life, right? Your mind becomes ingrained with the memory of the hurt. So each time you think of this person, the instinctive memory of this person becomes that of a painful one. When you think of them, it's easier to recall them as a figure that represents pain than a figure that represents bliss, right? So, and that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to forgive. So for some people who says, I'll forgive you, but we can't be friends anymore. Yeah, because even though you forgive, it becomes difficult to associate this person with blissful memories. So you just want to keep away from that person. All right? Now, is there a way to override this? You know, it's possible. It's possible to actually forgive a person and then go on to override the fact that when you think of them, it's just hurtful incidents that come on your mind. It's possible, right? But there has to be effort. It has to be some work. It means you want to start interacting with this person and building new memories that are blissful. Okay? When you interact with this person on the terms of forgiveness, you've forgiven them, you now have to interact with them in a manner that will allow you and this person to build new memories. What the new memories will do is it will become substance in your mind that now contests with existing memory that was mostly painful. So you now have new input that is blissful. You are now creating new memories and imputing it in your mind. So you previously had like 70% of painful memories and 30% of peaceful memories. You now create more, you now engage with this person to create more experiences. Of course, genuinely, right? If it's something you really want and you're capable, you find that you are capable of investing yourself in, right? You interact with this person and create new memories, right? It may not be very easy, but if you really want to go on with this, it's possible. Interact with the person, create new memories with them, and if the memories are genuine enough, right, they stand the chance to counter or contest the greater part of your mind with the existing memories you already had that were painful. So when you have a lot of these beautiful memories, the beautiful memories will now serve as information that will contests a greater part of your mind. Imagine having your mind filled up with experiences, blissful, genuine blissful experiences that is occupying your mind to the tune of, say, 60, 70, 80%, right? It means you would have less portions of your mind filled up with the hurtful things, right? The hurtful things. More interactions that represents bliss will start to create a sense of authenticity that the relationship you have with this person now is a healthy relationship, and it will help you in the present to be able to reframe what probably happened in the past, right? To reframe it with the information of the present, thereby giving you the ability or the capacity to view this person or to think of this person in a more healthy way, so that as forgiveness is in place, forgiveness now becomes connected with healthy memories of the person. So it becomes easy when you to think of the person and not immediately feel pain or be reminded of the hurt of the past, but rather be reminded of the blissful things that you have now intentionally and authentically become engaged with this person. Okay? I just thought I should share this. Some people do go through rough experiences through life, and some experiences cut really deep, and people get to carry this pain for years. And the longer a person carries pain for years without an attempt at seeking to purge the pains or seeking forgiveness, even if it's forgiveness for self, right? Forgiveness for your own benefit, right? The longer people carry those kinds of hurt and pains, it does something to you. It does something to you as a person, and what it does to you is not very pleasant, right? You may not know, and if you find that you are a person who would like to procreate and have your own kids, you might start to see that the pain that you harbored for such a long time will now start becoming reflected in how you are with your kids, maybe even with your spouse, right? You might start to see that become reflected, yeah. And then this is why some people end up saying, "Oh my goodness, even though I resented a certain loved one so intensely because of what they did to them, right? Either a spouse or a parent or a guardian or a teacher, even though they resented those persons because of what they did to them, but because of unforgiveness, a person can become who they resented so much. When the tables becomes turned, they start to see that I'm becoming my teacher, my goodness, or I'm becoming my mom, or I'm becoming my dad, or I'm becoming my guardian in how I'm relating with younger people. I'm becoming that. How did I become this? When you refuse to let go, you probably become the person that you loathe, the person that you hate, the person that you criticize. You could become that. I hope you learned something today. Cheers.